some of them were very, very easy picks. Others were really, really hard. There were a couple where there were so many good players who held the number, so it'll be interesting one. And the way it's going to work is, essentially what I'm going to do is we're going to go from 1 all the way up in, 1, 2, 3, 4, until we reach a number where there's nobody who has that number. Okay, and in terms of people who qualify, it has to be somebody who's in the first team of the Premier League squad. So someone who's a first team member of a Premier League squad qualifies. I'm going to see how far we can get, and trust me, it will get very, very interesting, some of them. But yeah, let's get cracking. So let me know which ones you disagree with in the comments below. And we start with number 1. Number 1, I should also clarify that I've just used some website to find out these shirt numbers. Some of them might be wrong, don't shoot me. But anyway, number 1, Alisson Becker. Yeah, pretty easy, as I'm basically just picking the best goalkeeper in the league here. An honourable mention to the likes of Emi Martinez, but Alisson is definitely the best number 1 in the league. You could even argue he's the best in the world holding that number, so don't need to justify that one. Number 2, William Saliba. Now this one was much more difficult. It was between William Saliba and Carl Walker, and you can definitely argue Walker, but I'm just going to go William Saliba, purely based on his performances this season. He's been almost perfect this season for Arsenal, next to Gabriel, while Walker has shown some signs of decline this year, but it's definitely between those two. Nobody else really comes close, and I'm just going to go for Saliba. Number 3, Ruben Dias. Now, there's actually not too many great number 3s in the league right now, with the other alternatives to Diaz being Wataru Endo or Diego Carlos. And I think we can all agree Ruben Dias is much better than those two, so yeah, I mean, Diaz is one of the best centre-backs in the world, and Diaz is the best number 3 in the Premier League. Number 4, Virgil van Dijk. Right, I know how this is currently looking. It's looking just like a Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool video, but don't worry, some variety will be coming soon. But it's hard to argue with this one, as Van Dijk is probably the best centre-back in the world right now, so of course he is the best number 4 in the Premier League. Okay, number 5, Harry Maguire. Yeah, so Maguire, okay, no, I'm joking. John Stones. Yeah, sorry, it's another Man City player in here, but the problem is that City, Liverpool and Arsenal have so many great defenders that it's hard not to pick them, and they've all taken the early numbers. Now, Ibrahim Konate is a close second here, but Stones takes it as, when fit, he's one of the best centre-backs in the world and is so crucial to the way Man City play. Number 6, Gabriel. I'm sorry, again, it's an Arsenal player, but this was actually a really competitive number. Nathan Ake, Thiago Silva, Douglas Luiz all deserve a shout, but I am going to give it to Gabriel. Him and Saliba, I think, are one of the best partnerships in the world in terms of centre-back partnerships this season, and I have to, if I'm putting Saliba in now, I have to put in Gabriel, because these two together have been rocks at the back and so crucial to Arsenal's title run this season. Number 7, Heung-min Son. Finally, a bit of variety has entered the video, with the iconic number 7 shirt worn by Cristiano Ronaldo and others. But the best number 7 in the Premier League right now for me is Heung-min Son. Now, it was very, very close between him and Saka. You could go for either, but mainly because I don't want to just keep naming Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool players, I'm just going to edge it to Son, who has been one of the best players in the Prem for the last 5 years now, and is one of the most ruthless finishers in world football. And he definitely does that shirt justice. Number 8. Martin Odegaard. This was another very competitive position with 2 main candidates. Enzo Fernandez and Dominic Szoboszlai deserve a shout, but this was a battle between Bruno Fernandes and Martin Odegaard. Both are great, and it was very hard to split them, but I just think over the last 2 seasons, Odegaard has been way more consistent than Bruno. Odegaard has been great. He is the leader of that Arsenal side, always scoring, creating chances in vital moments. So he takes this, but it was very, very close again. Number 9, Erling Haaland. I mean, no explanation needed on this one. I'm not going to waste your time here. Let's just move on. Number 10, James Maddison. Now this is arguably the hardest to pick on this list. The number 10 shirt is so iconic, probably the most iconic shirt number in football history. And there's no real standout wearing this shirt in the Prem. There's so many good players at similar levels. You have the likes of Grealish, Paquetá, Eze, Rashford, even Anthony Gordon, McAllister, all who could definitely take this instead of Maddison. But I've just about gone for Maddison, and if you want to hear my reasoning behind this, then go watch my tier list video where I ranked every number 10 in the league. Number 11, Mohamed Salah. Yeah, again, I mean, no explanation really needed on this. Salah's one of the best, if not the best player in the Premier League, so of course he's the best, number 11. Number 12, Matheus Cunha. Okay, so from this point on, the numbers and picks start to get a lot more interesting, and we start with number 12, which for some reason nobody really wants in the Prem. Through looking around, a lot of clubs have the number 12 vacant for some reason, and the ones that do have it usually give it to some dead baller. The only real option other than Cunha was Luca Digne or Jurgen Timber, but Digne hasn't had an amazing year and Timber's of course injured, whereas Cunha has been fantastic this season and deserves to be the best number 12 in the league. Number 13, Vicario. Again, weirdly, nobody really chooses number 13 in the Prem, and most are actually given to third choice keepers, which is ironic because the pick here is a number 1 keeper in Vicario. Vicario is one of the only starting keepers in the league who's not got the number 1 shirt, but I think that's because Hugo Lloris was still at the club when he joined, so I do suspect next year he might take it, but for now he is the best number 13, as there's literally nobody who offers him any real competition. Number 14, Mohamed Kudus. A bit more competition here for the number 14, with Eriksen and Pau Torres running Kudus close, but the Ghanaian West Ham star is the pick for me. He's been incredible since joining West Ham in the summer from Ajax, and has already established himself as one of the best and most important players in that West Ham team. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see in a few years Kudus playing for a top 6 side. Number 15, Alex Moreno. Slim pickings for number 15 with only Craig Dawson, Nicholas Jackson and Harvey Barnes to pick, but I think Moreno has been more consistent and impressed me a lot more this season than all of those guys, especially since joining Villa. He joined last January and instantly made an impact, establishing himself as a key man for Emery at fullback. He's sensational going forward and has been great this season since returning from injury. Number 16, Rodri. Yeah, no real competition as not many players have the number 16 shirt, and also, even if he did, I don't think anyone was going to beat him. Number 17, Kevin De Bruyne. Exactly the same logic as Rodri. Nobody else really has the 17, and of course, if he did, it would be very hard to beat De Bruyne to that award. Number 18, Casemiro. 18 was actually one of the more competitive numbers in this, with Cody Gakpo, Christopher Nkunku, and also Loris Karius, all coming very close to taking this, but I've just about gone for Casemiro. Even though he's fallen off this season and is showing signs of decline, there's no denying Casemiro on his day can be incredible and has had a fantastic career. Last season, people also forget that he was actually very good for United and a big reason they finished third. He's just about edged out Nkunku because he's been injured most of the season, and then he's just got past Cody Gakpo as he's been a bit inconsistent and not been in the best form recently. And also I've included so many Liverpool players, I need to get a United player in this list, so Casemiro it is. Number 19, Julian Alvarez. Another number with stiff competition, Julian Alvarez beats Rafa Varane. The other Alvarez, Edson Alvarez, Leandro Trossard and Moussa Diaby for this award. It's hard to deny a World Cup winner and treble winner. This award, as Alvarez has been so good since joining City, slowly working his way into the team to the point now where this season he's been a regular and any doubts over his game time have gone. He's so good, he's played multiple roles and positions, which is one of the reasons he's so talented. Number 20, Bernardo Silva. There were actually a lot of good players with this number, with Jared Bowen, Silva's former teammate Cole Palmer, and his current national team teammate Diego Jota also wearing his shirt. But even though I want to choose those players, I can't because Bernardo is one of the best players in the world and had to get this award, but all those other guys, fantastic. Number 21, Dejan Kulusevski. A number with a lot less competition. The only other candidates were Chilwell and Tsimikas. And maybe a year or two ago I would have gone for Chilwell, but due to his injuries and inconsistencies this year, I'm going to go for Kulusevski, who, to be fair, has been very inconsistent this year as well. But he's starting the season off well, and while he's dropped off, he's still a very good and talented player who on his day can be as good as anybody, so he's the best number 21 in the Premier League. Number 22, Gary Mitoma. Weirdly, the only competition to this for Mitoma were two goalkeepers in Nick Pope and David Raya. Both are great keepers who, for some reason, both wear the number 22, but Mitoma, even though he's not had an amazing season this year, when he's at his best for me, he's the best number 22. Mitoma can be electric, and we saw that last season where he was tearing up fullbacks every week. This year he's had some injuries and Brighton in general haven't been as good, but he's still had great moments and is a fantastic player. Number 23, Pedro Porro. A decently competitive shirt number here with Luke Shaw, Areola and Conor Gallagher honourable mentions, but Pedro Porro, for his incredible work this season under Ange Postecoglou, takes it. Porro has been one of the best fullbacks in the league this season, inverting from a right in Ange's system and being flawless. He's been so good going forward and solid defensively, showing he's a great right back, and if he can actually keep this up, he'll be in a shout for team of the season at this rate. Number 24, Reece James. Okay, now this might sound like a bit of a contradiction as I snubbed Chilwell earlier for always being injured, and now I've gone for James at 24, Firstly, on his day, when fit, Reece James can be one of the best right backs in the world. Some people can even say the best. Secondly, I'm a Chelsea fan and I really wanted to sneak a Chelsea player in, and this was a good chance for me to get one in, so I've shamelessly put him in, even though probably the right answer is Josko Gvardiol, but who cares? Number 25, Manuel Akanji. Right, here you go, Man City fans. If you're angry I didn't put Gvardiol in, I'll give you Akanji over Moises Caicedo as a trade. While Caicedo is the most expensive player in Premier League history, sadly, he's not even the best player wearing his number, as Manuel Akanji also wears the number 25, and I can't ignore the fact he was integral to Man City winning the treble last season, and has also been very solid this year. Honestly, he went under the radar last season as one of the best signings of the summer when you consider the price they paid. Number 26, Andy Robertson. Yeah, virtually zero competition for Robertson, with the only other player even worth mentioning being Levi Colwill. But Robertson has done it for many years in his prime, while Colwill has been very poor this year for Chelsea. Even though Robertson is not what he once was, there's no denying that he's still a top quality left back. Number 27, Malo Gusto. Naya Figueroa and Matheus Nunes are decent players, but they have nowhere near the ability or potential of Malo Gusto. I've been so impressed with him this season, and at his young age, despite Chelsea being awful, he's been one of our shining lights and looks a real gem. It's going to be very interesting to see when James is fit what happens with Gusto, because he deserves to be starting, but so does James, so that's definitely one to watch out for next season. Number 28, Thomas Souček. Jordi Petrovic at Chelsea was very close to taking this, but he only just came into the team, and Souček has been great at West Ham for a couple of years now, so I didn't want to deny him this. Souček is one of the most important players to Moyes' West Ham side, as he's so good at goal scoring from midfield due to his height and runs into the box, and is a very, very useful player for West Ham. Number 29, Kai Havertz. Yeah, 29 is a bit of an unpopular number, with only Wan-Bissaka and Pape Sarr of Spurs worth a mention, but none of them come close really to Havertz. Havertz has slowly but surely got better and better into this season, to a point now where he's become a pretty important part of the Arsenal team, as it has contributed massively to their title campaign so far, and could play a vital role in the rest of the title race, so fair play to him for sorting out his season and fitting in at Arsenal. Number 30, Pervis Estupiñán. A nice round number, yet for some reason nobody wants this shirt, as there was literally only about 4 other people in the league who wear the number 30, and only one of those would even come close to Estupiñán, which is Bentancur. But I'm gonna go for Estupiñán, as when he's fit and firing, he's one of the best left backs in the league for me. You can see the impact he has on the Brighton team, as when he got injured, the team collapsed and went on an awful run. And when he came back and they got back on form, he's so good from left back and can play as a conventional fullback or a wing back. And I don't think it'll be long before he's sold on in typical Brighton fashion to a bigger club. Number 31, Edison. Plain and simple choice here, as one, there's not many other players wearing the 31, and two, Edison is one of the best keepers in the world, so very, very easy pick. Number 32, Joel Matip. Another very easy one for the same reason. One, there's literally nobody wearing the 32 in the league who's even worth mentioning. And two, when fit, he is a great centre-back, and he's been so crucial to that Liverpool team over the last 5 years or so. Number 33, Wesley Fofana. Now, this is saying a lot when a player who's done his ACL and been injured for an entire year is still the best player in the league with this number. As you could probably tell, there Fofana wears this shirt and saves me from picking one of those. Number 34, Joel Veltman. Okay, we've now officially entered that part of a video where there's only about 2 players to pick from in each number, and we start from number 34, where the only players wearing this shirt is Joel Veltman and Jakob Brun Larsen. Considering Brun Larsen is a rotation player for relegation favourites Burnley, I think I'll go Veltman, who is a pretty solid player, so I don't really have an issue with picking him, but just to warn you, now's the part of the video where things will get a bit crazy. Number 35, Alexander Zinchenko. Luckily, Zinchenko has the 35 shirt, otherwise I would have had to default the pick to Johnny Evans, as these are the only 2 in the league with the number. So, I mean, I don't think I need to justify why Zinchenko is better than Johnny Evans on this one, although to be fair, you could argue Evans has had a better season than him this year, which is very weird to say that, but I mean, it's kind of true. Number 36, Sean Longstaff. I never thought I would say this, but thank you so much for Longstaff. If Longstaff didn't decide to take the number 36 shirt, I would have had to choose between David Washington, Nathan Ferguson and Daniel Jefferson for this, who between all 3 of them in their careers have made 0 Premier League appearances. Luckily, Sean Longstaff, a regular for Newcastle, saves the day and makes sure that for now, all the players on this list picked are still decent, respectable Premier League players. Number 37, Van de Ven. Actually, this spot had 2 very good players in Mickey Van de Ven and Kobe Mainu, and while Mainu has been sensational in his breakout season this year, Mickey Van de Ven in his first season in the Prem has also been immense and is already one of the best centre-backs in the league. He's a superb defender and also one of the fastest defenders I've ever seen. Number 38, Destiny Udogie. Yet again, 2 players competing hard for this spot with Ryan Gravenberg. Very close, but Destiny Udogie, just like Mickey Van de Ven, has been sensational this season for Spurs. He's been arguably the best left-back in the league this season, inverting from fullback to help Spurs go forward, and defensively is super solid. He's still very young and I think is going to become one of the best left-backs in the world in the future. Number 39, Bruno Guimaraes. Scott McTominay deserves a mention, however there was no way I'm not picking Bruno Guimaraes here. Bruno is one of the best midfielders in the league, so it's quite an obvious pick here. And interestingly, that's the last Newcastle player to be in this video, as he has the highest number in the Newcastle shirt, so sorry Newcastle fans, no more players for you. Actually, I think he's the first and last one on this list, so my bad Newcastle fans. Number 40, Murillo. Back to the picks where there's nobody to choose. 40 has just Murillo and Facundo Buonanotte, and that's it. But I'll go for Murillo, the Nottingham Forest centre-back who joined in the summer, has really impressed me this season. His mazy runs from centre-back are so fun to watch, but it's also his overall play is great. He's a class centre-back who I think can develop very well, and many other clubs will be looking at him. Number 41, Declan Rice. Jacob Ramsey, step aside, there is no contest. Declan Rice is easily the best number 41 player in the league. Number 42, Bobby Clark. Yeah, now we are on the verge of picking some really bad players, but 42 just about is okay, as it's between Bobby Clark, the Liverpool youngster, or the Chelsea youngster Alfie Gilchrist. And considering Bobby Clark won the Carabao Cup with Liverpool and played pretty well in that final, he scored for Liverpool already as well, I think I'll go for him over Gilchrist, who's only made a few appearances for Chelsea. Number 43, Ola Aina. Not many to pick at 43, but 2 decent level players in Stefan Bajcetic. Bajcetic definitely has a higher ceiling and more ability, but hasn't played much this season due to injury. And I just gave a Liverpool youngster the award, so I'm going to give it to our first Nottingham Forest player. Oh, actually, wait, no, our second. We have Murillo Olaina, who's been fairly impressive at wing-back before his first year, and is a pretty solid Premier League player. Number 44, Boubacar Kamara. Back to the easy picks. Not many of us to choose at 44, except for Aston Villa midfielder Boubacar Kamara, who's been terrific since joining on a free from Marseille. He's been crucial to the team and easily is the best player wearing the 44 shirt in the Premier League right now. Number 45, Romeo Lavia. Another fairly straightforward decision. Lavia is Chelsea's number 45 and is the best player in the Premier League with that number. Big shout out to Alfie Doherty of Luton, who's doing fantastic this season, and also youngster Divin Mbamba of West Ham. But Lavia, ability-wise, is better than those two, even if he's not even played a minute for Chelsea this season. Number 46, Hannibal. Right, now I'm kind of cheating here, but I literally have no other choice. Hannibal is the only player registered in the Premier League this season who has worn the number 46. The problem is, he got loaned out in January, so technically he doesn't play in the Premier League anymore, but he's made an appearance this season in the Premier League wearing the 46 on his shirt, so I think that counts. Number 47, Phil Foden. Okay, we go back to a legitimate pick with this one. Phil Foden is the best number 47 for sure, and there's no dodgy loaned out stuff going on here. Number 48, Atif Konate. Okay, so we had a legit one and we're now back to the dodgy ones with another weird technicality. So, Atif Konate is the only player in the Premier League to wear this shirt, and you're probably thinking, who the hell is this guy? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but basically he's a young 21-year-old for Nottingham Forest, and even though he plays for the under-21s, he's actually registered officially with the first team and has a registered shirt number of 48. So even though he's never made a Premier League appearance, he counts, and I'm taking it. Number 49, Alejandro Garnacho. Yet another dodgy technicality, but this is a bit more legit. So Garnacho has been 49 his whole time at United and started the season wearing the 49. He even played the first game versus Wolves with the 49. But then they changed his number in September to 17. However, he's already played a game this season with the 49, so that counts. Number 50, Ben Doak. Another of Klopp's kids make the list in Ben Doak, who is the only number 50 in the league. Now Doak actually was one of the early ones to break through and was slowly progressing, but then got injured and missed out on the Carabao Cup final Academy Parade, but still can't be forgotten as one of the best Liverpool youngsters. Number 51, nobody. Yeah, unfortunately the streak ends, to be fair, a very nice number, nice round number of 50. Let's go through some honourable mentions then in the other numbers which we didn't manage to get to. So number 52 was Oscar Bob. Number 62 you got Kelleher for Liverpool. Number 66 we have a Trent Alexander-Arnold. Number 78 Charles Kwanzaa of Liverpool. And number 82 Rico Lewis for Manchester City. So yeah, those were the numbers. We got to 50, which is pretty good. A couple dodgy picks in there, but I think most of them were pretty solid. We got a nice range of different clubs, different players in there, and I think this was a very fun experiment, if you like. But there we go. That is the best Premier League player for every shirt number. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you haven't,